Lovely and warm welcome to the news on Hope Channel Zambia, television that changes lives. Stories making headlines in our news today. Mumbwa Dao calls on residents to support investors with a developmental agenda in the district. Maternal death declined by 60% in the last 2 decades across Zambia. Couples urged to develop the habit of running family businesses together. And in international news, ADRA emergency relief operations are underway to assist earthquake victims in Indonesia. I'll be back with the details after this message.
My wife, bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Niamini.
Eh?
Iye daddy
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions. Ya kunka bwino mwamene.
I went to ETG and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as basil and Kynoplus as top dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons. But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kynoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for.
Wow.
It has saved me money. Telling you.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kynoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kynoplus, enhanced efficiency through innovation, a product of ETG.
Thank you so much for joining us on the news desk. I'm Bright Sinkos. On sign language, we have George Karimukwa. Mumbwa District Administrative Officer Dr. Semasiku Nawa has called on locals in the district to support investors coming into the district with a developmental agenda. Speaking during the handover of the Mumbwa Caves to Upia Game Ranch and Safari, Dr. Nawa observed that investors are among the major key drivers of the economy who need support from the local people. Meanwhile, Dr. Nawa says historical sites, if well managed, have the potential to create employment and bring revenue to the country. Details are in this report.
This is Mumbwa Caves, a historical site which was discovered in 1949 and was later gazetted in 1964 when Zambia got its independence. Since then, the place has remained undeveloped. In a quest of bringing development to the site, government has handed it over to Upia Game Ranch and Safari for management. Mumbwa District Administrative Officer Dr. Semasiku Nawa officiated at the handover ceremony and made this appeal.
Tifuna kuti the handover site kuli ma partners watu wameta partner na boma. Elo istinambile kuno. Ku African Parks kulozuku vametina leta African Parks mu Zambia bantu wanalukamba litunga gulisa chalo African Parks after wabwera ma game scout wangenesa baja bantu ba mu community.
Upia Game Ranch and Safari Management was represented by Gordon Muyonda, who sheds more light on the plans the company has put in place.
The company will create 75 permanent jobs in different fields, and we are looking forward to finding these permanent workers within the Mumbwa community. That was the first phase. Second phase, Upia Game Ranch and Safaris Limited will spend $2 million for the construction of a clinic, which will be accessed by the nearby community.
Milan Mdenda is National Heritage and Conservation Commission officer, who now outlays a historical background of the site.
106, if I'm not mistaken. 106. Okay. ndi asara. So mukupitsa boundary yati nanga vantu bambiri vankala kuti. Because ngatungenera uku muntu wose bambiri muri chani? Muri uku, venangu vari uku. So boundary muzayo wana maine ipitira. So tukaziendera pamosi.
Well, indigenous people in the area have received this development with mixed feelings.
So mzazi yankondo ikuti kwa yetu bantu bazamboenda kuli baitman kuti tibwezana ni drama baitete batenga maro ya mwaru nyemu. So tifuna mtitandizeko apa pali bacha bantu banagula kudala maro apa tsachi daba compensate mwakana kuchita compensate bacha bantu. Manje tsakala bwanji ndiye yamechipe mpako iyi.
Dr. Nawa says government wants to see development coming closer to the people.
Tifuna chitukuko. Nako tifuna manchito. Nako funika chuma mwamnambira ati kuli free education ai manje free education darama zachoka kuti. That's why boma yanganapo kuti kukwelewa investor i place baipanga attractive ma tourists.
Matias Chewe, Hope News, Mambwa.
Hope for Human Nature Generation, HHNG, has donated an assortment of goods to Fountain of Hope Orphanage in Lusaka's Kamwala area. Speaking during the donation, Hope for Human Nature Generation humanitarian aid activist Inambao Lishewo William said the donation is meant to help the children at the orphanage. Mr. Lishewo further called on other organizations to come on board and help in meeting the basic needs of the vulnerable people in communities. Fountain of Hope Administrative Manager Ines Silungwe thanked the NGO for the generous gesture shown to the orphanage. Ms. Silungwe said the orphanage has been supporting the vulnerable children with basic needs through the help of different organizations since the year 1996. Details are in this report.
These are children from Fountain of Hope Orphanage who are visited by a non-governmental organization, Hope for Human Nature Generation, that donated assorted items like clothes, tissues, cups, and many other valuable goods to the orphanage. And Hope for Human Nature Generation humanitarian aid activist Inambao Lishewo William had this to say.
We have come to help our lovely children with these donations that we are able to see here, which are tissues, clothes, and some other basic needs. So we are very much happy to interact with these people. We are urging other organizations, individuals to come on board and then to start supporting these people. So Fountain of Hope keeps a lot of children to about 120. So they need a lot of support. So if there's anyone who is listening or any organization to come on board to support them with the basic need, they need a lot of things. They need meal, they need clothes for the children, the uniforms, and other money that they can use for children in the hospital, all that. So we are urging, if people can come on board and then support these people, we are so much happy to come and visit them since we saw that they are lacking certain basic needs.
Fountain of Hope Orphanage Administrative Manager thanked the NGO for coming on board in supporting the vulnerable children at the orphanage.
And I just want to appreciate for the generous gesture that Hope Human Nature has shown to Fountain of Hope. We know that it takes a lot to just mobilize such kind of a donation, and to see that there are a lot of people out there who want to just come forward and compliment on our effort. It puts us in a humble place, so to say, and our prayer is that even people out there who may have access to this, I would say, interview that is going on right now, that they can also have that heart to just step forward and then try to also do the same thing that the others have done. There are so many ways you can help us. Fountain of Hope has been existing for quite some years now. We are 26 years old. Fountain of Hope was initiated in 1996. We offer services to the vulnerable. Fountain of Hope does not choose whether a child is a double orphan, single orphan, so long a child is in a vulnerable state. The organization steps forward to help. We help them with education, We help them with shelter. There are different types of services that Fountain of Hope is able to offer to the children. All in all, is just to respond to the basic needs of the children.
And one of the children at the orphanage gave her vote of thanks to appreciate the organization for its gesture.
I would like to say thank you on behalf of my brothers and sisters for these things that you have brought for us here today. If you wanted, you would have gone somewhere else, but instead you chose us to bring these things for us, meaning that we're hopeful for a better future and for a better tomorrow, thinking that people like you also think about us. Thank you very much. May God Almighty bless you.
This gesture left so many children at the orphanage jubilating because they know their basic needs have been catered for one way or the other. O'Brien Hankalu, reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
Thanks a lot, O'Brien, for that report. We continue with the news. Now, Health Minister Sylvia Masebo has disclosed that the country has in the last 20 years recorded a 60% reduction in maternal deaths and other pregnancy-related complications. In a speech read on her behalf by Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Professor Lacson Kasonka, at the opening of the Zambia Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians, ZAGO, annual general meeting in Lusaka, Ms. Masebo indicated that despite the reduction, the number of women and newborn babies who are still dying due to pregnancy and childbirth-related conditions are still unacceptably high. Meanwhile, ZAGO President Dr. Swebi Macha expressed concern about high death rate in Lusaka and Copperbelt, despite the two cities having qualified medical personnel and multiple health facilities. The association's AGM this year is running under the theme Ending Preventable Maternal and Perinatal Deaths by 2030. How do we effectively implement known strategies? Details are in this report.
Despite recording a 60% reduction in maternal and perinatal deaths, the Zambia Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians is committed to completely eradicating the vice. And during the annual general meeting, Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo, in a speech read on her behalf by Professor Lacson Kasonka, has reiterated government's commitment to get rid of maternal deaths.
A reduction of maternal deaths of 60% over the last 2 decades from 2002, and this is according to the Zambia Demographic and Health Survey, which shows a drop from 729 per 100,000 to 278 per 100,000 live deaths. This figure still remains unacceptably high. And this statement was re-echoed by the President in his welcoming speech, that so much work has been done, and credit to all of you, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Meanwhile, Dr. Swebi Macha, who is the Zambia Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians President, highlighted some of the major causes of maternal deaths that the association intends to curb.
Bleeding, especially after childbirth, as a major cause of maternal mortality. It actually ranges into the range of 35 to 40%. And then hypertension also has steadily increased in terms of contribution to maternal mortality to almost about 15%. Then we have indirect causes which contribute to about 27%. These include pre-existing cardiac conditions, anemia, malaria, HIV, and shockingly also is the information that the 2 leading provinces in terms of maternal mortality, absolute figures, Copperbelt and Lusaka, have the highest number of skilled personnel. Even the distances between facilities are quite short. But we want to interrogate, why is it that we still continue recording high absolute figures?
The Zambia Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians annual general meeting was held under the theme Ending Preventable Maternal and Perinatal Deaths by 2030. How do we effectively implement the known strategies? Mwene Muyanga, Hope News, Lusaka.
Now, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Aircraft Accidents Investigations Board, AAIB, which will see the two institutions coordinate efforts in the event of a major aircraft accident. AAIB also signed a memoranda with the Zambia Air Force, Zambia Police Service and the Civil Aviation Authority for the purpose of coordinating efforts. And Transport and Logistics Minister Frank Tayali, in a speech read on his behalf by Assistant Director for Transport and Aviation Paul Mulola, has welcomed the move. Mr. Tayali says the MOU will enhance the process of investigating aircraft accidents, as all stakeholders will play a significant role. The minister has further called on all cooperating partners to actualize what they have signed, saying it shouldn't just end on paper.
I'm very pleased to be here today for the signing of the Memoranda of Understanding between Aircraft Accident Investigation Board and Zambia Air Force, Zambia Police Service, Civil Aviation Authority, and the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the management and staff and the leadership of the Aircraft Accident Investigation Board and the cooperating partners on this great achievement in fulfillment of the Convention on International Civil Aviation, which Zambia is part to, and our commitment to comply with the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO standards and recommended practices. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished invited guests, we are very proud as a ministry that the AAIB has made significant progress since its inception in the advancement of aviation safety. A number of reports have been submitted to the ministry that guide in shaping policy direction in the achievement of safety.
You are watching the news on Hope Channel Zambia, television that changes lives. We are live on the movie Bouquet on channel number 26, and on Topstar terrestrial transmission we are on channel number 450, plus our live stream on Facebook and YouTube, handles being Hope Channel Zambia. Just now, let's take a break. More stories on the other side. Don't go away.
Are you looking for a place that offers medical vitals checkup and counseling? Then look no further. Happy Family and Life Care Center has you covered. We offer lifestyle services that will help you prevent diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and stroke, among others, with an added twist of aerobic exercises to help you keep healthy and happy. So what are you waiting for? Call us now on 0976 6461 74 for registration, or come through to our offices at Charleston Seventh-day Adventist Academy along Charleston Market Street. Hurry, while slots are available. Are you looking for information on marriage or tips on how to enjoy your marriage? Then look no further. ZAP has exactly what you need. We have a book that is just right for you.
The book, Enjoy Your Marriage, is written with an African touch to give you what is expected of an African marriage. You know, marriage can only be enjoyed according to a given environment. So the book, Enjoy Your Marriage, covers a lot of topics that meet the Zambian consumer, that meets the African marriage. It talks about pillars in marriage. What is important to do as you choose your marriage partner? In this book, you are going to discover the common challenges that a couple goes through. It will help you to resolve marriage conflicts in a smart way. The same book gives you some concepts, some practical steps that you need to undertake in order to resolve marriage conflicts in a smart way. In this book, you are going to discover how to manage your life in the bedroom as a couple.
So come through to our offices for our limited copies of Enjoy Your Marriage for you and your loved ones at only 150 kwacha each, or call 0978 447469 to get your copy. Hurry while stock lasts.
My wife, bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Niamini.
Eh?
Iye daddy
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions. Ya kunkabwino mwamene.
I went to ETG, and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as Basil and Kynoplus as top-dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year, it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons! But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kynoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for. Wow. It has saved me money. Telling you.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kynoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kynoplus. Enhanced efficiency through innovation. A product of ETG.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news. Woodlands Conference President Dr. Daniel Chunga has advised couples to consider doing business together, saying the act has the potential of yielding positive results in marriages. Dr. Chunga has advised that even though couples pursue different careers in life, it is a good practice if they can still work together to run a family business and attain more goals together than it has always been. Our staffer, Esnat Sikazwe, took time to interact with some couples in Lusaka who run family businesses together and shared some of their experiences. Let's get this report.
Marriage is a sacred union that was initiated by God from the inception of the world. Although spouses have different backgrounds, careers, and characters, Woodlands Conference President Dr. Daniel Chunga feels couples can work together and achieve more goals by either running a business or engaging in any other activity that can support their income.
It is critically important for couples to work together. In that one, it shows that the two are one. Than this, the wife is doing this thing, the husband is doing another thing. To the public eye, when husband and wife join hands together, it shows a sign of unity. Another reason why it is important for husband and wife to work together is that they are able to put resources together and they are in a project together. It is just good when you put resources together than splitting. It's like those who are insecure, they are trying to invest each one on her own end, on his own end. But when husband and wife are working together, it's a sign that they are secure. They are a secure couple, they are a happy couple, and it allows for transparency. You are able to put resources together, you are able to run business together, you know what goes in and out. Above all, the wise man Solomon, in the book Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verses 9 to 12, it says, two are better than one. If one falls down, the other will help him to rise up. So it is very good culture for husband and wife to hold hands together in a project or in any enterprise. It shows unity, it shows love, it shows stability for that particular couple.
This reporter caught up with some couples who are working and running a business together.
One of the things that I've seen which is critical in a marriage, especially for you as a man, is that it will be critical for you as a husband to be deliberate about what you want to achieve for your family and with your family, to have your vision very clear. Women are supportive, but they rarely support when the vision is not clear. So if you can set your vision very clearly and your wife sees how it is attainable, she will support. You realize that in my office, up on top of me, I have a placard there. That is what my wife gave me as a gift on my first birthday that we celebrated together. She was my girlfriend there. And she gave me a placard that says, "Believe in your dreams because Bethel believes in you." And so you see, I had a vision, she found me doing something, and she started supporting it. And it was very clear that her support was inevitable. So in that, it has been easy to actually, it has been hard but easier to grow our business and do what we are doing currently. So if we have had a difference with my wife, that difference does not come into work. When we get into work, that unresolved difference remains by the gate. In here, it is business. It is very professional. A client will come and find me smiling, not knowing that I've differed with my wife. And marriage is a project of not only supporting each other, but of also trying to harmonize what you're doing. What that means is that there will always be room for conflict. Okay? But one of the things that a couple needs to learn is conflict resolution. Now, if you ask my staff here, they'll tell you that when we have staff meetings, there's one principle we have as a business, and I tell them that you must separate your emotions from the business.
So ukabauza kwa business yanga inapelelamo na vaso bama kwanisa kukustima. So nichabu kusenza pamoja na mna bana.
These couples have achieved many goals through their businesses.
Through business. Manyumba mngamange timanga ifaki. Bana kuu kwa nisobele. Kuu ya nyumba kwa
They have a word for couples out there.
So for people that are scared to work together, they are missing out quite a lot. However, I should mention this. It is not every couple working together or supporting each other means different things. It does not always mean opening and running a business or a company together like the way my wife and I are doing. For us, it's because we've made a choice that entrepreneurship is what we want to do. And that's why we work together this way. But for others, just be there to support your spouse in what they are actually doing. So that's what I would suggest. But in a business, having your wife working with you, if you have established the things that I've already highlighted, to say, look, this is business, these are the policies, this is how we're going to run it, it helps you achieve much. I've achieved much more with my wife than before I actually married.
Thank you very much. Bazimayi tientusebenzere pamozi na bazimuna bali. Bazimayi tikonda ku ma secrets too much. Ma secrets tufunika. Nyumba ni couple ifunika musenzera pamozi because even Bible yakamba ati couple bafunika abantu basenzera pamozi. Unaona ikira Adam na Eve. Ndio waidi. Sembe bana mulungu sembe anaziwa sembe namulenga yeka Adam but anamulenga pamozi na mkazi wake pia senzera pangati pamozi so bazimayi encouragement ya kuti senzera pamozi bazimuna bali.
A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. Esnatikazwa Hope News, Lusaka.
Thanks a lot, Esnat, for that interesting item that calls on couples to work as a unity. Now, in international news, ADRA, the Adventist Development and Relief Agency, has escalated emergency operations to help thousands of Indonesians affected by the massive earthquake that struck the country on Monday, November 21st. The 5.6 magnitude earthquake shook Indonesia's West Java province and 4 other districts, killing at least 268 people, injuring over 1,000 and displacing nearly 60,000 families, children and individual citizens. According to local officials, the death toll may rise as a result of numerous reports of victims still trapped beneath the rubble, with more than 150 people reported missing. Elizabeth Tomenko, Senior Emergency Program Manager for ADRA International, says ADRA is already on the ground working with the local government, other trusted partners and churches to quickly assess the situation. She said ADRA emergency response teams are being deployed to the hardest hit areas to identify and assist vulnerable families and individuals. She said the ADRA office will begin distributing shelter kits so that community members can construct or improve emergency tents near their homes. Ms. Tomenko says ADRA also plans to launch a safety and security education campaign to inform families about the risks of aftershocks and landslides. ADRA development and disaster response projects have been serving the Indonesian community for more than 30 years now. And finally, Shamyuk University officially launched the International Society for Academic Advancement, ISA, to revitalize academic exchanges and cooperative networks among 120 Adventist universities worldwide. ISA began to be planned in October 2021 when Shamyuk University held the ICSU, which is International Virtual Conference of Shamyuk University 2021, commemorating the university's 115th anniversary. Based on the participation of more than 120 Adventist universities worldwide, the conference, composed of 5 divisions and 12 sessions, was successfully concluded with 1,032 professors, researchers and students from 54 countries registering. Shamyuk University promoted the establishment of an international society to build an active global network. The academic organization and articles of the association were prepared and the website was established. Sister universities worldwide sent their support and intention to participate, leading to the official establishment of the society. Kim Imok was elected as the first ISA president, and Ko Won-Bei, Dean of Shamyuk University College of Science and Technology, and Kim Seong-Woon, Dean of the Shamyuk University College of Culture and Arts, were elected as auditors. ISA will be officially registered as an international conference with the National Research Foundation of Korea. ISA will hold academic sessions in 6 areas, which include religion and technology, theology, humanities and social sciences, health and medical care, science and technology, culture and arts, and faith and studies. Through this, the university plans to expand and share its mission and experience as a higher education institution. Well, that item brings us to the end of the news, but before I go, let's recap on stories that made headlines. Mumbwa District Administrative Officer calls on residents to support investors with a developmental agenda in the district. Maternal deaths declined by 60% in the last 2 decades, says the Ministry of Health. Couples urged to develop the habit of running family businesses together. And in international news, ADRA emergency relief operations are underway to assist earthquake victims in Indonesia. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright Sinkozi on behalf of the entire production and studio crew, and not forgetting our correspondents across the country and our sign language interpreter, George Kalimukwa. God bless and bye for now.